Hello and welcome back to Long War 2 Season 1. Now this will be another operational update video. We do these periodically. We do some geoscape management stuff. We talk about new developments in the campaign. I'll go over some of those things. We do a lot of promotions, and for that tier of promotion, I talk about what I'm selecting, and generally speaking, I'll talk about why I'm selecting what I'm selecting. Just as a reminder, I am now on version 1.1. or it might be 1.1 plus something else, because there was a hot fix for something the other day, and I am recording this towards the end of January of 2017, and this is my first time playing Long War 2 in this campaign. So that kind of gets you up to speed if you've missed something or what have you. Let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into promotions first, and then Haven Management, and then we'll finish up with some geoscape stuff. All right, so first off, before we do that, let's see. We've got 2 days on the workshop, 5 days for the autopsy, and 13 days for our supply drop. We do have a little bit of money, not a lot. We have a decent amount of intel. So let's see. Let's take a look at the soldiers here. All right, sort. Wish there was like a promotion sort. That would be easy, wouldn't it? Let's take a look. Who all do we have? Oh, we got a bunch to do. Okay. I also have a ton of people laid up and wounded. There's that too. Alright, so let's promote Wolfric. Okay, so he's got lightning reflexes, trench gun, which I really haven't been... there have been a couple times where it has come in handy. It has. But I keep going back and forth about whether or not close and personal would have been a better choice. If you're doing a pure damage build, it obviously is, for the extra crit. But we're kind of doing a one-off build with him, and we're sort of experimenting a bit. So let's see. So he's got lightning reflexes, trench gun, and killer instinct. So we got a choice between extra conditioning. Run and gun cooldown is reduced by 1 turn. That's pretty hot. Got aggression for +5 critical chance for each enemy you see up to 30%. And then you've got formidable. Your gear includes an extra layer of protection, granting a bonus point of armor, and 66% less damage from explosive effects. I think we're going to go with aggression. Yep. Why aggression? Because, you know, it seems like as the campaign progresses, we're only going to have, like, larger size pods, and, you know, at the very least it's +5 crit, but it could be up to 30, which is significant. And again, I'm experimenting a little bit with him. But ideally, between Killer Instinct giving plus 50% critical damage, a little bit extra chance to crit. When we set up Trench Gun, generally speaking, you're going to run and gun past, you know, kind of around whatever group you're on and be shooting them from the side or the back. Could potentially crit, and we have done that in this campaign, but you could potentially crit several targets. So we'll go with aggression. All right, countdown. Field medic, suppression, or airdrop. Gremlin grants explosive grenade to a targeted ally. Use twice per mission. I could see that scaling really well. An extra 2 grenades. Does it end the turn? Is it an in-turn action? Grants explosive grenade to targeted ally. Airdrop initially confers a frag grenade, but improves as technology improves. Activating airdrop uses 1 action and does not end the soldier's turn and can use it twice per mission. So does it have a refresh? Can you drop somebody a grenade and then drop someone else a grenade in the same turn? Probably not, that would be my guess. But still, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm actually going to grab that. Now, I know that I didn't pick that on the build sheet, but I want to experiment a little bit. We can always retrain these soldiers later. You know, something else I wanted to mention too is when you look at the build sheet, and if you're not sure what I'm referring to, in the description of every video is a link to the Season 1 details, and that includes who's on the roster, who's asked to join, it has the soldier builds that I intend on using, and some other ancillary information. And it might not always match up, what I have on that build sheet versus what I'm showing you here. And the reason for that is, again, in this first season, we're experimenting a lot. So as some of these people approach different promotion levels, I might not go with, you know, kind of the what is sound and what is true and what I know works. I will experiment a little bit. Because if I wanted a sound decision, like airdrop might be good, But I don't know definitively, right? Thus the experiment. What I do know is that having extra medkits, always good. Suppression, always good. So if you want something that's more conservative, then you can pick one of these other options. I don't know that airdrop is all that good. I just want to test it. Make sense? All right, so let's grab that. Jaden. Okay, well, that's going to be Ghost Pack. That doesn't require a lot of thought for me because I have messed around with rogues quite a bit. I used rogues for the first time in Season 4, which was XCOM 2 Long Warish was the name of that series, if you want to check it out. And I used rogues, particularly this gent right here, Jaden, extensively, and I really like Ghost Pack and the way I built them out, and I think ultimately went with Reposition at the end, which essentially allows you to just cloak the whole team for a turn. Quite useful. And it's not to say that these other trees aren't good in Rogue. I'm sure that they're fine, but I like the Stealthy Rogue. That's the whole point for me of having them. Okay, Stow. Okay, Heavy Ordnance, Formidable, or Protector. Yeah, I'm going to go with Heavy Ordnance. Matter of fact, this is one of the things I did actually already revise once, was the Grenadier build. One, because it changed a little bit in 1.1, so I revised the build sheet for that. And then I went and revised it a little bit more, because as I've played more of Long War 2, I have found that, quite frankly, just blowing stuff up seems, at least in the early game, to be working better for us. As it progresses, though, as the campaign progresses and we start seeing things like Mutons or Berserkers, things that we really can't realistically take down in one turn, Berserkers come to mind as being a potential problem, and Chrysalids being a problem. Then retraining some of the Grenadiers to be more support-oriented and therefore carrying more, say, flashbangs, might be a good thought. Might be something that I will do and that you may want to do as well in your campaigns. Okay, Eve. All right. What build did we have you down for, Eve? I don't remember off the top of my head. I think just shoot him in the face, super crit build, which means we're going to go with close and personal. So it would be lightning reflexes, close and personal. Actually, if you wanted to do true damage, it would be slug shot, close and personal, killer instinct, aggression, rapid fire, close combat specialist, or actually it would be bring 'em on if you really wanted to be super crit to the face, and then end with lethal. Yeah, so here, 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 and here. If you want to just pure sort of quote-unquote glass cannon, which I think the emphasis on calling it a glass cannon is because it says that's super damage. But the reality is they're not glass cannons because they still have, you know, a decent health pool. You can put armor on them. They're not necessarily glass cannons. I think it's just to emphasize the fact that the other builds, particularly the biotank build, is built for being resilient versus dishing out damage. But if you want somebody on your team that for sure can put down a single target, an important target, in one turn, that's how you build out an assault. All right, Coops. Okay, center mass. So we've got Hail of Bullets, Shredder, or Lockdown. I think we... I'm really torn on this one. It's not Lockdown because this is not an Overwatch build. You could go with either of these, okay? Shredder to take down armor is obviously incredibly useful, and if you're building anti-mechanical, then I recommend that. But Hail of Bullets, being able to for sure hit your target is so good. So good, because you have so few things in Long War that are 100%, right? Explosives. It's basically your only real guarantee, or a point-blank shotgun shot to the face. That's about it, right? So having Hail of Bullets, and you think about things like Archons, right? You know, flying targets that are super hard to hit. This is where Hail of Bullets comes in. It's kind of like my same decision on my Ranger builds, why I take Walk Fire. Having the chance to, you know, make that really clutch shot, and in this case, it's not, you know, it's a clutch shot, but it's a guaranteed shot, is pretty significant. I haven't seen any mechanicals yet. We have seen some, and by mechanicals, I mean like actual mechs. Obviously, we've seen drones and whatnot, but they're easily dispatched with. I know we're going to need Shredder, I know it, but I'm so tempted to do Hail of Bullets. Man. I guess we'll go with Shredder, because I'm gonna build him as anti-mechanical. I hope that's the right call at this stage of the campaign. Okay, Empress. This one's pretty simple. That's gonna be Revival Protocol. She's gonna be, like, pure combat medic, so... Medical Protocol, Revival Protocol, Field Medic, and then Field Surgeon. Does it give us the details on how much? Field Surgeon reduces the number of hit points a soldier must heal after being wounded by 1. Multiple Field Surgeons on a mission have a chance to reduce wound recovery further. See, this is not that great, in my opinion. By 1? To make this really effective, the Field Surgeon perk, you would need multiple people with it on the same team. The effect includes a soldier with the ability. Does not affect soldiers suffering from killing wounds that are stabilized from bleeding out. I was pretty much sold on Field Surgeon being something we would have, but I think we might go with, Ever Vigilant is good. What's failsafe? You fail a hack, you prevent any negative effects from occurring. That might not be bad. Like, it wouldn't be something that you would naturally think to take on a combat medic, but there are times when you actually want to do a hack with them, and they don't always have the best hack score, right? So maybe I would take failsafe, because I'm not sold on Field Surgeon being worth it on that tier. But in any case, we're done with her for now. Thank you, Anne. Anyone else? There we go. Dot. Okay, so we've got Long Watch, Phantom, Deadshot. It's a painful choice here. Probably Phantom for her. Yeah. Deadshot is kind of a no-brainer, but if we do Phantom and she's up, let's say we've posted her up somewhere. Team moves forward, team gets exposed, she's still you know, hidden. And then she can take that first shot. Remember, she's got Shadow Strike for plus 50 to hit and plus 50 to crit. So the question is, do we want to take Phantom and for sure have that first, like, killer shot, or do we want 10% crit all the time? Ooh, that's really tough. I think we want plus 10 to crit all the time. Yeah. The really hard choice is going to be when we get down here. Like, Conceal is probably what we're going to want to grab on this. And there's some awesome ones here. Vital Point Targeting and Aggression. Oh, man, that's going to be a tough choice. Okay, and Christy's going to grab Field Medic. And Talum. And we're going to grab Heavy Ordnance. Okay, and that takes care of the promotions. We haven't checked out the AWC in a while. Maybe we should put somebody in there. Let's take a look here. What could we get you, Dot? Oh, Shredder? Seriously? Your primary attack, Shred Armor? That wouldn't be bad, right? That'd be pretty awesome. 8 days, though. Wow. Firing your pistol as a first action no longer ends your turn. Less useful for her. Free flashbang, that's not that appealing either. Let's see what other options we have, though. Steady hands, that's pretty hot. Plus 10 aim, plus 10 crit. Remember that aim reduces your spread on rocket shots. I don't think people really... Maybe I need to do like a little one-off video for folks on that, because it's a concept in Long War 2 that if you never played Long War 1, spread and the rocket... Like, I see a lot of people saying, oh, rockets are terrible, they never hit what you want. That's funny, because the rockets seem to hit what I want, and there's a couple simple rules for it. 1, don't move. 2, take fire in the hole. 3, if you get an option like this, take it. And there's a decent chance, as long as the base aim of that soldier is good, your rockets are going to be pretty well on point. You don't have to worry about spread too much. Let's see, what can Ed get? 10% bonus chance to critically hit enemies? Wow. Got some seriously good options here. Face-off, Infighter. Oh, +1 mobility? That's really good too, wow. Shadow Strike. Who is that? Who is that? Was that Stafford? Oh, that's so good. This is really good too for somebody that's using suppression. When targeted by enemy fire, automatically fire back. Oh, with your pistol once per turn. Well, that's not that good then. But Shadow Strike, man, so many good options. Steady Hands, Fan Fire. Who's getting this? Who's this? Christopher. Steady Hands is really good. Guardian. Every successful Overwatch, there's a 50% chance of another shot will be taken. That's hot. Stow. Locked on. Wow, you can... So an ability that you can get anyway on the tree, you can get here? That's interesting. Lightning Hands. Ghostwalker. That would be kind of a weird one for him. Eve. Shadow Strike. That's hot. Clutch Shot. Damn good ground. This is... Wow. That's super sexy for her. And yes, if you're asking yourself, is he going to go through all the AWCs? Yeah, I am. Fast forward in the video if you don't want to see it. A lot of people want to see this stuff, and so do I. Let's see. Executioner. Nice. Face Off. Lone Wolf. I love that the AWC abilities, too. They're not like minor things that you don't want. These are really good abilities. Biggest Booms. Clutch Shot. Infighter. I still think Infighter for a ranger when you're using the sawed-off shotgun is a good way to go. Nick. Steady Hands, Return Fire, Aim. Yeah, Hunker Down now confers 20 aim to the first shot on the following turn. That wouldn't be bad. Steady Hands probably better though, especially for a gunner. They don't move around a lot. How much does it cost to unlock the second spot? 100 supplies. And somebody's got to be Gunnery Sergeant. Alright. What can JP get? Deadeye, Gunslinger. Reaction shot with your pistol against any enemy that moves or attacks within 8 tiles. Free flashbang, that'd be nice. And Thomas. Kelvorn. Steady Hands. Lightning Hands or Aim. Probably Steady Hands also. Well, who do we want to train right now? Somebody that... I don't want to do like a long one, but like 4 days or something. Let's train Hendrik. We can pull him out if we have to, or pull her out if we have to. Okay, let's take a look at Haven Management, or Resistance Management. We got 8 people here and 10 here. Double check the assignments. Mostly intel and then recruit. And here... You know what? I'm going to switch all of these people to recruit. Now, I don't know if intel in here has any bearing on whether or not the Haven advisor finds the faceless or not. I don't know. I would think from a design standpoint that everybody on intel would be one of the ways that you would hunt them down, but if somebody wants to confirm that, great, but I don't think that's the case. And right now, I need more resistance soldiers at these havens, and I need more XCOM soldiers, and you're supposed to be able to get them from the recruitment effort. Okay, now you are mostly on intel with a few on recruit. Let's go like this. Okay. And then back out. Malcolm recovered from his wounds. Okay. Okay, so this is that experiment that we're doing. Very light. It's not extremely light. It's very light. Recover an item from Advent Vault and attack counter... Advent counterinsurgency operations, 25 intel, and it counters the hidden event. And the one person that we have doing this, if you recall, is Tony. Yeah, Bear, all by himself. But if anybody can do it, it's him, right? 7 base health, 15 mobility, he's got 48 hack. I mean, he's prepared. We gave him that new shape charge so he can blow open a wall if he needs to. So we are going to try this, and we will be risking Bear's life doing it. But I know him. I mean, I personally know him. So I'm sure he's fine with it, being the brave soul that's going to attempt to do this. But we're going to tackle this in the next one. I hope that you enjoyed this operational update, and if you did, please consider hitting that thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time, I'm Mal, and I will see you later.